Hello everybody, I'm here to talk about this new game by Mantic Games. It is called Dwarf King Dead Rising. Here you can see the box, it's quite a big box as you can see, by Mantic. This is a new board game, it came out just I think last week. I got mine yesterday, so this is new. I had the chance to play couple of games with friends, so I might have an idea about how the game works. And I'm here to talk to you about the content of the box. This is what you can find on the box. I'm going through every piece of content and talk about it, so you can know what's in the box and how the game works. So let's start. This is again the box. We have this one. These are the rules. As you can see, it's a small book, black and white. I think it's about 20 pages of rules, so it's not very big. The first part of the book, I'm not showing you actually the rules because this is not like the other game they have that is King of War, that is free to send around to print. This is, I think, copyrighted stuff, so you can copy and I don't think it will be possible to download it from the Mantic website. I think that the only way to have this is to buy the box. Anyway, this is the rules, just going very quickly. There is a first part that talk about the movement, about all the terms in the game, how the game works. You can see the facing, resolving attacks, the damage, fighting, again how it works, some diagrams, some rules just for the necromancer over here, some other table. These are the special things that miniatures can do, like the shield bash. They can use the hammer to do this hammer time. The dog can collect bones. Then we have the scenarios. We have 6 scenarios. They all play a little bit different. Like the first one, you need to do things very quickly because it's running. Dwarves are running out of time, so they need to rush. Then they need to kill every skeleton. Here they need to find a secret door. There is some different things they can do. The game works pretty well because you play always on a board like this one. As you can see, these are the tiles. You have one side you got tiles with the squares, and the other side is gray, empty. Each scenarios tell you how to build the dungeon. This is the dungeon for the first game, when we have all the rooms connected together. There is a lot of tiles. Let me show you. As you can see, there are a lot of them in the box, all the same quality. I think they may be handy if you play like Dungeons and Dragons and you will like to have your own tile for your own games. They can be used, I think, very very effectively. So you have big room, small room, and all the corridor and stuff like this. They work different from other games when the tile have the walls on it. This is like a no wall tile, so you can connect it on everywhere you want. Sometimes, for example, like this or like this, they all work. Here you go. Then besides the rules and the table, the board that you're going to play, the games contain some miniatures. Let me show you. You got, let's start with the dwarf. This is the sprue for the dwarf warriors. I think this is a common group sprue. No, it's not. I'm sorry. This is not a common group sprue. For some reason, I believe that the first, there's gonna be a common dwarf sprue with the helmet for the lord and so on, but this is not it. So you got this is possible to build 5 dwarfs, as you can see, all armed with shield and with a hand weapon. Then there is over here the mastiff dog, and then there is the casualty over here that you can use in some scenario to represent the corpse of a dwarf lord or something like this. You have also some details like a cap over here and something nice. This is the head of a troll, I think, of an orc or something. This is the standard Dwarf Warrior sprue, so nothing new here. It's the same sprue that you got if you buy the Dwarf Troops for Mantic. This is the first one. Then you got second one, that is this one. This is for Shield Breaker, I think they called, is the guys with two-handed weapon, as you can see. And this makes possible to build two dwarfs. So between these two sprue, you got 7 dwarfs and 1 dog and 1 casualty over here. Then let's talk about the skeletons. They are the evil, evil army of this game. You got, let me show you this sprue over here, very big. This is a Revenant sprue because they are like the cooler skeleton. You got these guys. They can build them with a single hand weapon like this and a shield. You got bodies and the top of the body and some heads around. You got also some details, and this is the skeleton dog side. There are also rules for skeleton dog. This will make possible to build 10 of Revenants. Then we have the simple skeleton that are like a less strong version of the Revenant, the basic troop. Again, these are like 10 skeleton with both spear or the standard hand weapon. The game doesn't have any special rule for spears or hand weapons, so you can just build them how you like it. There is no difference. While the game has difference between the guy with the double-headed weapon and the other ones, it doesn't have any difference between spears and normal weapons, so do what you want. And then you got this one, for some details, this is the sprue that you find when you buy the catapult, the skeleton catapult. These are like the guys that use the catapult. You can mix these bits with what you have over here and over here to create some interesting combination. Now, the interesting thing here is that the skeleton sprue were supposed to be like this, white, or like this bone-like color. For some reason, the box that I got doesn't have the sprue of this color, but 2 of these normal. I think that maybe I got them directly from Mantic. Maybe the color depends on the fact that they didn't have enough of this, so they just send 1. This is the proper color, and 2 of them. So I think it's pretty, good, decent value, because you got maybe, let me see, 22 miniatures for skeleton and 7 dwarfs plus some bits. So it's not really bad. It's interesting kind of miniatures. Then what you got in the box? You got 7 dices over here. Green dices, the same dices that you can find on a starter set for King of War. Then you have 2 Mantic points that you can use to collect stuff from Mantic. You got this voucher, that is a coupon that you can use to have some, some advantage from Mantic, like a discount. Then you got some tokens. These are like the token used by the undead player called the Necromancer. This token will tell you how many action do you have any turn. So basically, if the Necromancer player play this, he can move and attack with 2 skeleton or Revenants. With this, it's 3. He can do the same for 3. Same thing for Dwarf. Dwarf have the same kind of token. The only difference is that the Dwarf have also those tokens. These are called the follow-up token, and they mean that they can be used after someone play this, and with the follow-up token you can perform an additional action even if the unit already performed an action. So you can like follow up, do something else. They are less powerful than this, because with this you can move and attack. With this you can either move or attack, but can be used again even if someone already has been activated. Then you have this one that are the bone token. When a skeleton gets destroyed, First you get boned, like this, turned into bone, and if the hit, the damage is strong enough, it gets destroyed. When they turn into bone, they can like raise again and come back into play. Then you have this one that are called, I believe, Pit of Souls. They're like gateway used for the skeleton to come into play. Then you have these are the barrels used for like some scenarios, the barrels. And then you have this token that are used for secret movement. There is a couple of scenarios where the dwarves can move secretly through the dungeon, and they use this. This is the actual token of the dwarf, and this is a dummy token used to like distract the enemy. So this is pretty much everything. I'm just going very quickly through the combat for you. Basically, you need to roll some dices. Every time you need to combat, you roll some dices. Then you place them on the order, like from the higher one to the lower one. The enemy do the same. Usually they throw less dice. Let's say that is this. Okay. Again, you match the dices. If the attacker did something more than the defender, this is hit. So we have one hit, because for this one 6 is more than 5. We have, let's do like this because it's more interesting. No hit, because this is the defender 4 and the attacker is 3, so this is not hit. Then we have another hit, because 3 is more than the armor. When there is no dice here, you act like there is dice with 1. So this is passed for 3, and this is passed. This is not passed because it's the same value. Now you take every value that is superior, this more than the defense value of the defender. This is a hit, like this is a hit, and this is another hit. Now if the value on the dice is more than the armor of the target, they had the strike a hit. So this is 6 is more than the armor, for example, of a skeleton, that is 2, so this is hit. And this is 3, that is more than the armor of the skeleton, so this is it. So the game works always like this. Basically, if you attack, you roll some dice. If you defend, you roll some dice. Then you match the value between the two set of dices, and you sort out the final outcome. If you have some malus, you just take away a dice, or you decrease the armor. And this is how the game works. The game doesn't have any rules for targeting, like range weapon or magic or something like this. It's all about hand-to-hand combat and movement and things like this. I think that it tells pretty much everything about the game. You have just to play it. I think you may find interesting to play the game. I don't think it's like a sort of game that you can play more than, I think, maybe 10, 12 times, because after a while it will get probably boring. You can either switch side or do something interesting or make your own rules. Probably Mantic will release some of their own rules later from their website for free, but we don't know yet. So this is the game. If you have any question, please post a comment after the video, and see you next time. Bye.